guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. If it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you never miss my uploads. If you're returning, welcome back. Okay, so today we're going to be getting into some commentary about the Blac Chyna show. This is episode 2. In the first episode, you will recall the fight between Tokyo and Chyna in the kitchen. So this is just following up on that. I do apologize. That's why I had to re-record this right now. I do apologize. I went outside because it was cold in my apartment and I wanted to have like an outdoor little, you know, sun glow and all that stuff. And just my luck, my neighbor came outside who lives right above me, the ones who are always stomping on my ceiling. So to me it was a bit awkward. So I do apologize at how the video is going to be in the beginning. It's going to seem like it's awkward and like I'm not looking at you guys and stuff like that, but it wasn't you guys, it was them, and they sat out there the entire time I was doing my commentary, almost like they were just listening to what I was saying. It was really awkward, but it did get better towards the end. So please go ahead and watch the video, enjoy. Please leave your comments down below and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye guys. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley here. If it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button and share this video with someone. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to thank you for coming back. And today we're going to talk about episode 2 of The Real Blac Chyna. So you guys remember from last episode, Chyna and her mom. Yeah, I'm outside today too, guys. It's just cold inside, and I really love just being outside. But if you guys will remember from last episode, Chyna and her mom reunited and it got pretty deep pretty quick. So we're just going to continue from that episode starting now. So the episode begins and it goes a little deeper into the scene from the kitchen with Ashton, Chyna, and Tony. So you'll see that Tony calls Chyna a bitch, a whore. She spits on her. She tells her she hates her. It's like, it's so disgusting. I can't even deal. Like, I could never imagine a relationship like that with a parent, let alone my mother. Like, and it's crazy to me because I've had friends in the past that have had a very tumultuous relationship with a parent, and my mind can't wrap around it because my relationship wasn't like that or isn't like that. Granted, my mother and I have had our little tiffs, more so when I became an adult, but I would never take it there because at the end of the day, this is the person that makes the ultimate sacrifices for you. This is someone that you should never have to disrespect in any type of way or capacity. But I also understand that everyone doesn't have the best mom, so it's like it's difficult for me. Like I said, I don't resonate with that, but I can be sympathetic and empathetic to someone who is in that situation. So that's where we're at. When Tokyo said that Chyna was a whore and call her like raunchy and nasty, to me, I mean, we know that Chyna started in the strip club. Everybody knows that. So for me personally, I don't feel that that's raunchy, dirty, nasty. I just feel like it's a hustle, and I feel like people that have to do it, I mean, that's obviously the last resort for them to earn a lot of money fast. So I understand that everybody doesn't like it, and you know, to each his own. But you know, we all have seen Chyna. I mean, she's been very present in celebrity gossip. So we've seen different guys that she's dated in different periods of time in her life, even so much to say that some of us wonder if Chyna is running a what do you call it, like when she's getting paid to date these people. We wonder if it's something like that, or like a promo. So they pay Chyna to be seen out with them, and it immediately takes their star to the next level. Based off of her dating different men at different times, it did seem like a lot, but again, that's not my life. I don't know what she has going on. I feel like it's always seen in a negative light when women do it. So if she can handle the backlash and she knows what she's doing and she's doing it, you know, smart and responsibly, then the best to her, you know what I mean? But again, for her mom to be making those types of accusations out loud, publicly, it seems like it's something a lot deeper than what we know so far. So that raises an eyebrow to me. So moving on. When Chyna was expressing her feelings when she was in the driveway with Ashton, her face, it did not move. You could tell she was visibly upset from her voice, but her face wasn't moving. It's like, okay, the Botox might be a lot at this point. Like, and I like Botox. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I've had it before, but I think it's getting to be too much. Just like, yeah, no. Okay. But anyway, you know when you want to cry about something and it's so hurtful, or I feel like she has had to harbor so much trauma inside, because think about it, being thrown from the entertainment industry, the sex industry, with stripping, and then immediately becoming a celebrity, you don't have time to digest anything that's going on, which is a problem that I feel like a lot of these celebrities have. Is being taken from your hometown and being thrown into a character, and then sometimes having the world hate you for the character you're playing or portraying, but never really having a chance to digest things that you're absorbing on a daily basis, whether it be tabloids, family drama, just anything. So I don't feel that Chyna is even able to cry if she wanted to. You know what I mean? I think she's become numb to it. Like Tokyo said that she did not care if Chyna killed herself. I could never. Like, again, I'm a mom. I just could never ever see myself saying something like that. I'll wash my hands before I say something like that, like about my child. Now we know Tony said that Chyna was the product of a statutory rape baby. So basically, Tokyo was a certain age and the guy she was with was 2 years older than her, maybe, or over the age of 18, I think is how it goes. And as a result, they made Chyna. So my question is, did Tokyo ever really feel like a mom? You know, if her parents didn't allow her to have an abortion, or circumstances didn't allow her to have an abortion, maybe she had to have that baby. I didn't investigate that. I really don't care. But if she had to have that baby against her will and she felt like she wasn't ready, and she was forced to be a mother, then I could see where that resentment would come from, even though I don't agree with it. And I can see why they are in the position that they're in now. And then for your daughter to grow up and be this superstar coming from the bottom, from DC, from having the same exact opportunities that you had, take that plus hatred for another individual, and you have something very, very lethal. So that's just my spin on it. I'm telling you guys the way I think about things compared to other people. I mean, sometimes I'm like, well, yeah, right, that's not. But anyways, I'm glad I have an outlet where I can tell you guys. Tokyo is still talking about the Maxima that Chyna bought her. So Tokyo seems to have an issue. From my take on it, she has an issue with the fact that Chyna purchased her a Maxima. Even though Chyna is a superstar, she has like tons and tons of money, right? Has the biggest house on the block. She buys her mom a Maxima. Now, I don't know the reason for that. Maybe she felt like that was the only car that Tony could responsibly handle. Maybe she wanted to start her off with something small, reliable. For me, I don't think that's something that should be the focus. For me, it doesn't make sense for Chyna to go out and buy Tony a Mercedes Benz for Tony to still be living in, you know, Washington DC. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So would I do that? No, but my mom is a boss herself, so I feel like I would want to give her more than what she's able to get herself. But again, we have very different circumstances and our relationship is very different. So for me, I don't feel like she shouldn't be ungrateful. I mean, you're lucky to get a new car. A lot of people don't have a new car. And, you know, I take into consideration that Tony is a Libra. Hold on, let me double check that. Hold on. And if I'm looking around stuff, you guys, it's kind of awkward because I know I'm not the only person outside, but I gotta do what I gotta do. So let's see. 47 years old, place of birth Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Girl, bye. It says she was born in Dominican Republic. That is so funny. She was in the army. Lord. Oh, this is all wrong. I don't even want to believe this. Anyway, yeah, so she's a Libra. So that could have something to do with why she is not appreciative of the maxima. If you don't know much about Libras, go look it up. If you want a video on zodiac signs, let me know. But if you didn't know, Darren's a Libra, so they tend to like nicer things. Let's just put it like that. Chyna, when she was in the kitchen with Ashton, recanting the situation, expressing her feelings, it was so weird. I don't know if it was anxiety or what, but the way she was speaking was so weird to me. It was like, I don't know, like her voice was weird. I felt like her mouth might have been super dry. She couldn't really get the words out. Or it could have been the editing. I'm not sure, but that whole scene was so... It was just sad, first of all. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm not sure what was going on. I would love to see, like, a post-episode, like, and ask her, like, how were you feeling in that moment? I don't want to just see this tumultuous relationship on the screen. I want to know, like, what steps are y'all taking to mend this relationship, or are you guys just gonna go your separate ways? Because I mean, sometimes with family you do have to go your separate ways. Sometimes there's just toxic traits in family members that if they don't get the help, if they don't feel like they need help, then it's not gonna change. So even down to how loud they were, I'm like, okay, you live in a very nice neighborhood. This is probably something that should have been taking place elsewhere if y'all knew. I mean, I get it makes for good TV, but I really am concerned about Chyna and how all of this is going to come out one day in a very, very negative way if she's not getting the help to deal with it. I do see Tokyo as being very possessive. She's very territorial. I feel that she's just threatened by anybody that gets close to Chyna, just because obviously if you're close to her, you'll get to reap the fruits of her success, and you could be gifted with very nice things and you get the inside, you know what I mean? So I think Tokyo wants to be in that position. I think she's not able to not bow down, but not be such a leader, because Chyna's a Taurus, so that's the bull. She's gonna be in charge. And then you have a Libra, Tokyo. She's a leader as well. So I don't find that Tokyo's able to, you know, how do you say this, show any type of humility to listen to her daughter and to respect her daughter in that way. You can't come from where you're from into Chyna's world and remain the same. You can't. It's just not going to work like that. And being in that business, you can't be yourself per se. Like, you have to be somebody else, and you have to keep that face on 24/7, and you have to be very leery of who you allow around you. So I really don't know if I see Tokyo living that lifestyle. I do feel like, though, she's good for TV. So if she can get her own show, you know what I mean, on her own way, I think that would be good for her. Although I'm hopeful for her and Chyna's relationship, I really don't see it going anywhere good until Tokyo deals with those inner demons that she has. It's obvious, like, she's really projecting that, and it's sad. And it also seems like on her side, that guy Wazi, like, I don't know, he's not, he doesn't have the personality to deal with to deal with Tony and tell her, you're wrong, like, you are wrong. So moving on, the next little scene was basically Treasure and Ashton. I gotta wrap this up because it's like going on and on and on. But Treasure and Ashton decide to meet up with Tony because Treasure's the closest one to Chyna. So Ashton thought, you know, if the best friend and the mom can't get along, you know Chyna and her are not going to be able to get along. So I agree with that. You know, people seem to think that best friends have all this influence on you and this and that. And I mean, I get it, but I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole nother story. But I just don't feel like as a grown woman you're really gonna let somebody influence you that much. Like, just make better choices, have better people around you. If you feel like they're not gonna, you know, have your back in a positive way, then why even have that type of company around? Like, so Treasure and Tokyo start to get into it. Treasure said that she reached out to Tony before. Tony's basically trying to play the role like she doesn't know who Treasure is. From what I gather, and this is just my take on it, again, this might be far-fetched or whatever, but I feel like Tokyo is trying to say in so many words that Treasure came into Chyna's life to gain notoriety, fame, money, success, whatever, and that she didn't know Chyna like that. Like that, I mean, that you weren't really a best friend. You just were kind of over the house maybe 2 or 3 times. We know who you are, but you're not Chyna's best friend type of deal. I really don't believe that, because I told y'all I've been watching and following you know, Blac Chyna for a while, and I remember when Treasure was around back in the day, because like I said, I do believe she used to do nails, and I would say, who is that? That's her friend, that's her best friend. So if Treasure hasn't gained any type of notoriety since then, and that was years ago, like why, like, who cares at this point? At this point, if you're still around, then girl, you deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I just feel like Tokyo is in denial, and I feel like she's hella delusional, but I just feel like she's jealous. Like, she feels like she's gonna lose her daughter to Hollywood and to all these other people, and whole time Chyna's trying to make an effort to reach out to Tony. So it's almost like Tony just can't accept that, and she almost feels like it's charity, maybe? I'm not sure. If you guys concur with me, let me know, please, because I know y'all think Tony is toxic. I do too. At the end of the day, that is somebody's mom, and she does need help, you know? Let's try not to get so angry with her. That's already a problem that we have in our community. We need to not show her anger, but we need to respond with love. Hopefully she will get therapy. I'm an advocate for therapy, and we know it's taboo. So with that said, hopefully next episode Chyna and her mom can sit down again and hash everything out. So you guys let me know down below, give me your thoughts. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the commentary. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notification bell, so you never miss an upload. And what else? Share this video. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. I'll leave it in the description box. It'll be a link, so all you have to do is click it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye guys.